So I want you to come up here and speak for at least 10 minutes. All right, I want you to explain your topic, why you think it's important, how you're going to make change and utilize class time, and then any questions that you have for the class or that we have for you, or if you have any resources that you want to suggest, all right, for the group that is presenting. I have a volunteer to go first. All right, Lauren's group. While you're setting everything up, Bree, what is your topic?
Our topic is self-harm and self-destruction. So basically like suicidal thoughts and bodily harm. Yeah, as well. Okay, so to start us off, we have self-destruction and self-harm in teenagers specifically because we notice that there's like an increase in that more, and that's more popular around. And my name is Lauren.
I'm Nikki. Megan.
Bree.
Sydney. Jenny. Bree.
What is self-harm and self-destruction? Some people may ask the question, what is it? So we got the basic definitions. Self-harm is basically like doing bodily harm to yourself, injuring yourself in some way, whereas self-destruction is actually the act of hurting or like killing yourself.
So most times self-harm leads into self-destruction, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can get off the track of self-harm and self-destruction if you have help.
It does happen. It does. You guys might think, no, it's not going to happen to someone I know or anyone else, but it does happen, and we can't just hide from it. So
They can seem fine, but you don't know what they're really feeling, so.
okay.
Okay, so basically, like, things that cause the self-injury or the self-destruction is, like, people stressing out teenagers a lot. Like, there's so much pressure on us to be perfect, and, like, this is just a really, like, stressing point in our lives because everything we do as teenagers basically, like, leads up to the rest of our lives. Like, the ACT, finals, getting good grades, and all that stuff really stresses us out. And, a lot of the times, like, a loss can cause this, or, like, overwhelming feelings, or not feeling like there's another way out. They just basically take it out on themselves because they want to feel in control and release the pain physically.
Some differences like between the two.
Okay, so for self-harm, accidentally try and continue, experiment or get dared, try to be cool in their groups, makes them feel better and to feel in control. And like a lot of times, like with like social networks and stuff like Tumblr and stuff, like there are a lot of people on there who like come together and like talk about it, and it kind of makes them feel like it's okay that they're doing this when it's really not. They just want to feel like there are people like with them. And with self-destruction, a death in the family, no way out, pressure to be perfect, a breakup, and a combination of these things.
And like Megan said, social networks, they can help you to like join with other people that feel the same way, but I mean, I think girls especially, like on social networks like Instagram and stuff, feel the pressure to like be perfect and look like everyone else, so that can lead to another factor in self-harm.
Some similarities, like they both are including problems that people want to get rid of versus like facing them and going like to someone else about it. They feel as if they're not important. The exposure to the ideas can lure them to want to commit these ideas. Like if you're feeling alone or trapped, so like those are the similarities in both of them that they bring together, that there is a tie between them.
Questions that we seek to find the answers to is, why is this topic so widespread in teenagers versus any other age? Like, why is it more common between us than anyone else if we all have the same problems? Like, adults are stressed too, but why don't they go to do the same thing like we do? And then what do you think contributed to self-harm? Like, you may not be able to get to the bottom of it exactly, but you could find like what can lead up to it that exactly triggers it. And what kind of impact has self-harm destruction planted on the community? Like, you see teenagers dying every day over certain things, and it makes an impact on the community whether you know it or not. And then how can this affect those close to you? Like, losing a loved one affects your entire family, so how does this exactly affect your family around you? And you might not even notice that it is affecting your family.
And like your friends, and I mean, if they're really your friends, they're obviously going to care about you, and they're not going to want to see you depressed and thinking these thoughts. And your parents, like, they've raised you their entire life, or your entire life, so they don't want to see you get hurt.
It has to be fixed because there's so many people who have to deal with it and are struggling with that problem. And it would help to have like an opportunity to talk to people and like a better way out for them. And it's a never-ending cycle if we're not going to have help. Like, it would just start in the beginning, like the suffering, then the overload, panic, self-harm, the temporary relief from actually self-harming, and then shame and grief, and just going over and over again if we don't find a way to help everybody else.
And we're not saying this like has to happen, because with our proposed like plan, if you get help, then it doesn't have to be a circle. You can break this cycle and just be happy again.
We don't want the cycle. We want to help make this cycle small and disappear. We want everyone to be like happy. So. This is why we propose our action of wanting to get our community together and developing an organization so people can come together, the victims, and share their stories to feel that there is a way out. There is something we can do to help people who are struggling with this, not just to ignore it like some people wish to do.
So we basically want to conduct a survey and how many people are self-harming and how they deal with it and stuff like that. We're probably going to take polls in our classes to see, like, they're going to be anonymous, so no one has to put their name on it or anything, and we're just going to see if they self-harm or how they do it and how they deal with it. And we're asking whether they would like an opportunity like this, like if they would want like a support group and people to go to be able to talk about it with. And we want to interview professionals to gain another outlook to see if this action